I'll be very, very fucking careful with injectable form. Who's this? Hello? Speaking.
Hello there, sir. It's just a call that's recorded for quality and training. We're just calling regarding your recent test drive in the gym there. I just wondered if you had a minute or two, could I ask you a couple of feedback questions and see if I can assist you further?
Yeah, sure. Sorry, that was a proper arsehole move. Hey folks, oh no, there's no coffee to drink in this scene. What are we going to do? Friday the 29th of March, how are we? 4 weeks out practically because the show will be tomorrow. I'm referring to my old G-Drive logbook. Thursday, March 29th, 86.4 kilos. So we are about 2 kilos heavier than last year's contest prep. So a fairly successful off-season, you could say. Condition in a far better position at this point compared to last year. And at this point last year was when I started having these fucking ridiculous refeeds with the Cinnabons, the scones, the jam. You can see here on the Sunday, 450 grams of carbs. Saturday, 472 grams of carbs. So I was having these ridiculous refeeds. And then my weight started creeping up. I'm in no position now where I feel that I need to refeed. I'm quite content at chipping away at 200 grams of protein, 200 grams of carbs and 60 fat. And life is good. I have discontinued Helios. My last injection was the one in the previous vlog. I am getting sick and tired of the effects that it's having on my heart, the sweats, the palpitations. I wasn't using Helios this time last year in the 2018 prep. If you remember, when I qualified but couldn't compete because of the weight, I started using Helios between the end of my show and Ibiza, not during the contest prep at 4 or 5 weeks out. So that's being put to one side. We're just sticking with the Tren, the testosterone and the Winstrol. No topical creams either, just my sweat belt, doing cardio at 250 calories most days at the moment, trying to aim for 1,000 calories a week. 250 calories of cardio done and 20 milligrams of Winstrol on empty stomach. We're training in about 2.5 hours time. Gonna have a shower now, then go through a trap injection for the members site, and then we'll have breakfast, relax, logbook, and we'll go and train. Right, today's weapons. Post-workout is ready for when we get back. Intra-workout, we have got 1 scoop of Endurovol. Pre-workout, we're going to go for half a scoop of the Purge V2. If we never have MV Pre on Insight, then go for Purge V2. This and MV Pre are my favourite pre-workouts. And then I alternate between pump formulas, which is the Nova Pump, which gives you the 1 gram of spinach, and the Rhino Pumped with the additional estrogen in there as well. So 1 full scoop of Rhino Pumped and half a scoop of the Purge. We are training an upper B session. Now it's my first time at King's Gym 2 in Mitcham, so I'm not 100% sure what machinery there is, so it's a blank canvas today. I will take my old logbook and try and emulate. I think the machinery is pretty much the same, but if there's a few new machines that we can incorporate into the upper B session, then we shall do so, and we'll just write them in as we go along. Atmosphere is not great in here. Machines look fairly good. We shall see how we get on. Open exercise today is incline plate loaded press. 1 set 6 to 9, 1 set 10 to 12. We'll do a couple warm-up sets. What is nice is that D-handle chest supported row. So we'll go on to that for one of our back movements. There's a nice Nautilus pull down machine and a seated cable fly. And the shoulder equipment looks nice as well, so we can do a seated lat raise and a standing Viking, so should be good. First exercise done. One set of 6 to 9 at 80 key. It's fucking heavy, that machine. It's quite deep set as well. Very deep set. You almost need to put some blocks on there to just take the pressure off your shoulder when you start executing the movement. Back off set at 12 reps at 30 key. Onto the Watson now. Watson chest supported row, which is nice. Has these D handles. 2 sets, 8 to 10 reps on this. Two sets of 10 done on a Watson. Managed to hit 10 on both sets, which is good. So I'm sort of hitting 3 compounds at the start of this upper session. So we had the seated plate loaded chest press, we had the chest supported row, and now we're going to go into a Viking press, which me and Luke used to use a lot of when we used to train at Crayford. So similar set and rep schemes to the chest press, 1 set at 6 to 9, 1 set at 10 to 12. Grinder, 6x4 set now on chest to finish off today's chest movements. Nice, very nice this. You've got two heights. We go for medium in the centre, 4x6, so 4 sets, 6 reps, 4 sets, 6 reps, 10 seconds rest between each set. Well, I'm just going to crack on and train. Did a 6x4 on the lat raise, a 6x4 in the chest. Gonna do a lat pull down with the D handles, a Nautilus pullover, some rear delts, and then we're done. I'll see you at home. The garden gnome had an average sized penis. I'm 4 weeks out from a show and having trouble talking properly. I'm going to finish this vlog with a question, and that question is aimed at you natties. I help out the natties as well. It was from an Instagram story question. I print screened it and thought I'll answer that in a future YouTube video. And it's on fat burners, over the counter, natural fat loss products. Do they work? Yes and no. Proper muggy when people say that. Bear with me. Yes, they work in the sense of the stimulatory effects will increase energy expenditure and decrease perceived exertion. So essentially you can do more whilst it feeling less taxing. No to the little itty bitty ingredients like your green tea extract. Raspberry ketones, my wife lost 20 kilos on raspberry ketones. Probably just a deficit. We could go and cherry pick studies and help you lot that think L-carnitine and green tea extract is going to work wonders, but you've only really got 2 front runners, and that's caffeine and Yohimbine for you natty lot. Unlike us juice head turkeys that can utilise things like clem T3, DMP if you're a lazy fat bastard on prep. Trenbolone's effects on increasing lean body mass whilst decreasing fat mass are tremendous. But you're pretty cornered as a natty and you've got caffeine and Yohimbine. So we'll go into both of them, starting with caffeine. Your ranges are about 3 to 6 milligrams per kilo. So if you're a 70 kilo individual, your range is 140 milligrams to 420. And that 420, that's a lot of caffeine, so be careful. Always assess your tolerance. Go for the lower end. We've all probably had caffeine before and a black coffee. But if you're new to caffeine, then I'd opt for the 3 milligrams per kilogram of body weight, and then you can increase from there. And also, you don't want to buy a new pre-workout and double scoop because it's hard for you to go from there. You've got to take 3 scoops, and then it's a waste of money and the potential negative effects on your heart as well. So always start at the lower end. I'm 88 kilos at the moment, so in theory I could get away with a shit ton of caffeine. But I respond like that. We all respond differently to stimulants. I respond so quickly to stimulants and other drugs. I take a quarter of a pill at Pasha in Ibiza and I turn into an ATM machine. Private joke. If you haven't seen the Ibiza vlog, check it out. It's a great vlog. But I respond very, very quickly. So I'll wake up in the morning, have 1 Nespresso capsule, which is about 80 milligrams of caffeine in a black coffee. I'll then go and do my cardio, chill out, and then when I train, before I train, I'll have half a scoop of MV Pre, and that will give me 175 milligrams. That's enough for me. You know, some people need a little bit more than that. So that's caffeine. Onto Yohimbine, which is an alpha-2 antagonist. So this is essentially targeting the stubborn body fat areas, the areas that contain alpha-2 receptors. Yohimbine is banned or illegal in the UK, so you've got to get it from the US or Europe. You can get the Prima Force ones that I think are 2.5 meg per capsule. The enhanced athlete ones are 5 milligrams per capsule, which are quite strong. Just taking 5 milligrams of Yohimbine for myself alone is enough to get me through a solid cardio session. The side effects with Yohimbine: cold sweats, heart palpitations, those that have experienced high dose Yohimbine, and what's the non-crude way for an erection? Yohimbine was originally sourced as a supplement to help with erectile dysfunction. When I have like 10 milligrams of Yohimbine and caffeine, it's a mad thing. It's like Viagra. It's just, which is not a bad thing, I suppose. But with Yohimbine, the ranges are a little bit smaller. So 0.2 milligrams per kilo. If we're taking a 70 kilo individual again, that's 14 milligrams. Even that I think is too high. I would always be very, very careful when you're taking Yohimbine and opt for even a lower dose than that. 5 milligrams, assess your tolerance from there, bump it up to 10 milligrams. It comes in 3 different forms: topical, oral and injectable. The topical cream you can get in like Lipoxyderm. I use Lipoxyderm, which is topical Yohimbine with a sweat belt as well. Decent research suggests that heating that stubborn body fat area in combination with Yohimbine is fantastic for fat loss. So I'll run with that as well. Injectable form. Be very, very, very careful with injectable Yohimbine. So in Helios, for example, you've seen me talk about this on my member site and on the channel before, 5.4 milligrams per mil. So you're thinking, God, I could take 14 milligrams. Should I take 3 mil of this? Be so careful with injectable Yohimbine. I can take 0.25 mil of Helios and I'll be off. Combine that with a black coffee and I am in a serious state. And that's about 1.5 milligrams of Yohimbine through injectable form. So be very, very careful indeed with Yohimbine. Assess your tolerance, and then you can start combining the two. The combination of caffeine and Yohimbine is fantastic. Pre-fasted cardio, 1 shot of Nespresso, 5 milligram capsule of Yohimbine. Fantastic cardio session. So they're the main 2 ingredients that you're looking at as a natural. We can then go on to a sub-branch with appetite suppression, which aren't essentially going to have an effect on fat loss directly, but prolonging bouts of time where you can go without a meal, which can therefore increase the deficit. So you've got 5-HTP. On my non-training days, and when I wake up and go to work, I'll have 200 milligrams of 5-HTP in a black coffee at 6 a.m. and my first meal will be about 12 p.m. So a good 6-hour stint. When I was speaking to Alberto and Lunez when we was in Texas, it's always a good day on prep when your first meal goes in at about 12 or 1 in the afternoon. So 5-HTP, fantastic. De Novo Nutrition do a supplement called Suppress that has 5-HTP and also fibre in there as well that creates the illusion that you're full up. We sell out of that and Insight very, very quickly. It's a great product, so when it's back in, I'll notify you lot. Nicotine. Careful this one, I don't want to get you lot addicted, but nicotine gum is fantastic for appetite suppression. 2 milligrams of nicotine on an empty stomach with some caffeine, it's noticeable. nowhere near like coming up, but me and Ben were in Texas, hadn't had a meal. We had some Utopia and nicotine, and we were flying. It was fantastic. So 2 milligrams, start on that. You can chew it. Great appetite suppression. You've got things like apple cider vinegar. I'll wake up in the morning, have 15 ml of apple cider vinegar and 25 ml of lemon juice as well. Nice little combination. It's not too bad. And then little tips throughout the day, like 0 calorie fizzy drinks. Just lots of volume when it comes down to your meals. Like when I have a low carb day, like 75 grams of carbs, like I did yesterday, I will have a shit load of salad with my chicken, and it's enough, you know. And eating with little spoons and things like that. You can have 0 calorie or low calorie jellies that will help you. But there we go. There's just a few tips on those in a contest prep that are natural at the moment, or just dieting down for a holiday. Caffeine, Yohimbine, we've got 5-HTP nicotine for appetite suppression. Okay, there we go. I've updated the member site, by the way. It looks quite nice now. I've put individual channels, so you can search Tren, you can search Yohimbine and Clen. You can search all them things and it will come up, so it's a lot better user face. Spent the week doing it. Go and sign up if you want. Links in the bio. That's all from me. See you very soon, 4 weeks out. Thank you, good night. Much love.